Hello there. I hope you're all chillin'. First vid on this channel, so I think I'll make this one a simple and straightforward concept. I know most of you all are on board with the Monster Hunter Wilds hype train. I know I am. You might wanna play some more Monster Hunter to scratch that itch. Maybe you wanna play with some more World, some more Rise. Maybe you wanna replay or first time visit the old games. When you're going back to these games, maybe you want to spice things a bit up. Like with fashion. We all know the real Monster Hunter endgame is the Fashion Hunter, right? So now I have with you some of my personal favorite fashion sets for Monster Hunter Rise. I am also working on some Fashion Hunter vids for the other games, so if you like my sets, maybe you can go back in the future. This collection for now is for male armor sets only. With all that out of the way, let's get on with the show. For the first one, I'm thinking of starting with a more samurai or Japanese inspired looking set. I'm calling it the Storm Warrior. As you can see here, I used a mix of Yukumo, 5 element and Mizutsune parts to create this look. And I personally made this look to match the aesthetics of the Amatsu weapons. And I think they fit quite well. Next one, I'm calling this the Warlock. I wanted to build the set around the scorned Magna Malo's chest. And I ended up with this Warlock, Sorcerer, Witch Doctor looking thing, which I think it looks pretty cool. And I think it pairs well with some of the Rajang weapons, some Death Stench weapons, and maybe some more of the bonier stuff. And here I also have a purple variation of this set that matches very well with the Scorn Magnamal weapons and Somnacant weapons. And next one is a seamless mix of the Zenogre parts and Basilgeuse parts. And I think they really mix quite well. I just simply call it the Basil Nogre set. And they really pair quite well with the Geismagorm weapons. Next is what I call the Diabrex set. And it's just a simple mix of Diablos and Tigrex parts. It pairs really well with the big and bony weapons like the Diablos weapons and Baroth weapons. And the overall pairing just looks great to me. This next one is a bit of a more edgy looking set. And we are pairing the Geismagorm head with some Gore and Astalos parts. And I simply call it the Green Archfiend. For fans of more bulkier and tankier looking sets, I present you the Stone Warrior. I made this set because I wanted to use the big and cool looking Garangolm weapons. Tetranodon weapons will pair nicely as well. This next one is one of my go-to sets in this collection. I call it the Heavy Guild Knight. The Royal Order weapons in Sunbreak are one of the coolest weapons introduced in the series, in my opinion. That's why I wanted to make a set that sort of fits the elite knight description. And I think this looks spot on. And if you're more of a light armor enjoyer, this musketeer looking armor fits the Royal Order weapons quite well. More for the light armor enjoyers here. This next set is what I call the Royal Assassin. It also pairs quite well with the Royal Order weapons and also Valstrax weapons. This next set is a white variation of the previous set that fits very well with the Acnasom weapons and other white weapons. I just call it the Royal White Knight. Next one, we're back to a more heavier looking set. I will simply call this the Golden Bug Knight. And it pairs nicely with some weapons that has some gold color scheme in them, like Chaotic Gore, and of course, the Gold Rathian weapons. This next one is another gold looking set. Mixing Basilgeuse and Shagaro gear, we get something that looks like a demigod. And of course, it fits very well with the Shagaro weapons. I also have a variant of this set that uses the Risen Theostra head. And this one looks kinda like a fallen angel. And I think it looks very cool. The following sets in the collection is what I would describe the Edgelord sets. These sets will mostly be using the Risen Theostra helm and Risen Kushala parts. And this purple-yellow edgy looking set fits very well with the Chaotic Gore Magala weapons. Who would have known? This next variation would be using the red and silver color scheme. And naturally, the Valstrax weapons are a perfect fit. I would call this set the Rocket Demon. This next one, I wanted it to pair with the Magma Almudron weapons, because these weapons just look very cool. With this orange and dark gray looking set, I want to call it the Rust Devil. For the next one, I think this is one of the coolest sets that I made. This blue and white color scheme really matches well with the Lunagaron weapons. I'm calling it the Blood Ice set. And that's it. Thanks for getting this far into the video. I hope you got something out of the video. Maybe some inspiration for your own fashion sets. Feel free to ask some questions in the comments below. Which ones are your favorite? Did you not like any of them? Can you tell us why? Anyway, I'll be putting out more Monster Hunter content and other content soon. Hopefully, you'll tune in. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Don't forget to drink some water, and goodbye.